All right. Depending on how you look at it, we're either 10 minutes early or 8 hours and 20 minutes late. Just for the record, we did go live at 1:30. We had a little bit of a happening. For those of you that saw it, Tim saw it. Tim Sinclair saw it. Just want to do it again. We want to do it again. It threw me off. For those of you that saw, it was just thrown off a little bit. So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it better this time. I don't match. I got a yellow shirt. I got an Indians cap. Bonnie Holmes is ready. Andrew Pfeffer's ready. Let's get you the All-Star rosters for the 2021 Utopian Baseball Universe All-Star Games. 3 of them. We've got the West at the North at 3 o'clock on Saturday, the South at the East at 7:30. The winners play at 5:40 on Sunday. Rosters are made up of 30 players each, 18 position players, 12 pitchers. No pitcher will pitch in both games if the team wins and plays Sunday. So basically 6 pitchers will be assigned to each game. This is an MLB where everyone has to play, or, I don't even have a rule that says every roster has to be represented. We are representing everyone, but, if a team was like 6-72, I wouldn't include anyone on that team. But here we go. We're going to start with the West rosters. What you're going to see in the bottom of the screen are the starters. But the way I'm going to introduce them, I'm going to introduce the non-starters and pitchers first after I announce the manager and the coaches. If you don't mind, actually, let me bring up one more file. I've got like 30 things on my screen right now, but I want to bring up one more file here. I did some testing tonight for the Home Run Derby. I did some testing for the All-Star Games. Everything is ready to go. I'm also revealing the Home Run Derby brackets tonight, so I'm very excited about that. And this door you see behind me, it better not open. If it does, we roll with it. It's fine. I'm not upset. It just, we had a visitor, and I don't think she wanted this archived. So we're going to do it again. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So I'm just waiting for a file to load here, and then we'll get started. So as we wait, tomorrow, not even sure what time yet. Probably 6 o'clock. 6:30. We're going to do the last 3 rounds of the All-Star game, or of the Home Run Derby. And then at 10 p.m., it's the Utopian all-nighter. So it's going to be 4 hours of you and I hanging out, if that's your particular brand of vodka. All right, here we go. Starting with the West. The manager for the West this year is going to be Gene Mauch, because the Angels are in first place at the break. His coaches will be Clint Hurdle of the Rockies and Bruce Bochy of the Giants. So let's start with the roster for the West. Representing the Oakland A's, Reggie Jackson and Dave Stewart. Representing the San Francisco Giants, we've got Buster Posey, Christy Mathewson, Brian Wilson, Mel Ott, and Carl Hubble. Representing the Angels, we have Mike Witt and Francisco Rodriguez. Representing the Los Angeles Dodgers, Sandy Koufax. Representing the Seattle Mariners, Alex Rodriguez and Edgar Martinez. Representing the San Diego Padres, Trevor Hoffman, Dave Winfield, and Jake Peavy. Representing the Colorado Rockies, DJ LeMahieu, Nolan Arenado, Larry Walker, and Taylor Buchholz. And representing the Arizona Diamondbacks, Paul Goldschmidt and Zach Greinke. Now, the starting 9 for the West Division. Catcher, and by the way, this is not the starting lineup. That will be announced as the games happen on Saturday. But the starting 9, catcher for the West Division from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Roy Campanella. First base from the Los Angeles Angels, Wally Joyner. Leads the league in hitting. Second base, as voted by you, from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Jackie Robinson. Third base from the San Diego Padres, Ray Dandridge. Shortstop from the Los Angeles Dodgers, one of 3 Dodgers starting on Saturday, Corey Seager. Your outfield in the West will consist of San Francisco Giants, Barry Bonds. Seattle Mariners, Ken Griffey Jr. And from the Los Angeles Angels, Mike Trout. Starting pitcher for the West Division will be Rube Foster from the Colorado Rockies. So the breakdown here is we have 6 Giants, 5 Rockies, 4 Angels, 4 Dodgers, 4 Padres, 3 Mariners, 2 A's, and 2 Diamondbacks for the West. Their opponent on Saturday is going to be the North. So let's show you the North on the bottom. We'll give them a proper introduction here shortly. Manager for the North this year is going to be Chuck Tanner, who has one of the greatest quotes in the history of life. He says, "The greatest thing in the world is winning a baseball game. The second greatest thing in the world is losing a baseball game." That's one of my favorite quotes ever. Chuck Tanner is the manager for the North Division, as his Pirates have a 3-game lead on the Indians and a 4-game lead on the Tigers. So he'll be joined on the coaching staff by Terry Francona and Jim Leland. Introducing the All-Stars for the North Division, representing the Pittsburgh Pirates, Jason Kendall, John Candelaria, Josh Bell, and Kent Tekulve. Representing the Detroit Tigers, Alan Trammell and Willie Hernandez. Representing the Chicago White Sox, Frank Thomas, Big Ed Walsh. Representing the Chicago Cubs, Sammy Sosa and Lee Smith. Representing the Minnesota Twins, Bert Blyleven and Johan Santana. Representing the Milwaukee Brewers, Ben Sheets and Christian Yelich. Representing the Cleveland Indians, Nap Lajoie, Jose Ramirez, and Shane Bieber. And representing the Cincinnati Reds, Joey Votto, Eric Davis, Jose Rio, and Rob Dibble. The starting 9 for the North All-Stars, as voted by you, the Utopian Baseball Universe. Catcher, Cincinnati Reds. Host of the Baseball Bunch, Johnny Bench. First baseman, Detroit Tigers, Hank Greenberg. Second base, Cincinnati Reds, Joe Morgan. Third base, Chicago White Sox, Yoan Moncada. Shortstop, Pittsburgh Pirates, Hannes Wagner. The outfield will consist of, from the Detroit Tigers, Al Kaline. Representing the Chicago White Sox, Oscar Charleston. Representing the Pittsburgh Pirates, Roberto Clemente. And the starting pitcher for the North Division will be Smokey Joe Williams. 2 Negro League Hall of Famers facing each other in the All-Star game. Smokey Joe Williams versus Rube Foster. All right. Breakdown for the North Division. We've got 7 Pirates, 6 Reds, 4 Tigers, 4 White Sox, 3 Indians, 2 Cubs, 2 Twins, and 2 Brewers. Now, the late game on Saturday is going to be the South at the East. And again, these games are from Fenway Park. We'll look at the South Division here. The manager, Joe Madden. Rays and Bulls have they're deadlocked at the top of the division. And they've split to their 6 games. So we went for run differential. Rays with a slightly better run differential. So Joe Madden's going to manage the team. His coaches will be Casey Stengel from the Durham Bulls and Bobby Cox from the Atlanta Braves. And we'll get you the starters on the bottom here. And let's take a look at the non-starters and pitchers for the South Division. Representing the Florida Marlins, D. Gordon and Levon Hernandez. Representing the Tampa Bay Rays, Tyler Glasnow, Austin Meadows, and Fernando Rodney. Representing the Texas Rangers, Adrian Beltre, Pete Hill, and Kevin Millwood. Representing the Houston Astros, Craig Biggio, Jeff Bagwell, Lance Berkman, Billy Wagner, and Dallas Keuchel. Representing the Utopian Baseball Universe World Champion Atlanta Braves, Warren Spahn and Freddie Freeman. Representing the Durham Bulls, Francisco Cordero. Representing the Kansas City Royals, David Cohn and Salvador Perez. And representing the St. Louis Cardinals for the South Division, Ozzie Smith, Bob Gibson, and Bruce Suter. And now introducing the starting 9 for the South Division. Catcher, Durham Bulls, Josh Gibson. First base, St. Louis Cardinals, Albert Pujols. Second base, St. Louis Cardinals, Rogers Hornsby. Third base, Kansas City Royals, George Brett. Shortstop, Atlanta Braves, Rafael Furcal. Outfield consisting of Atlanta Braves, Henry Aaron. From the Texas Rangers, Juan Gonzalez. And from the Kansas City Royals, Cool Papa Bell. Starting pitcher for the South Division from the Durham Bulls, 11-game winner, Old Hoss Radbourn. Breakdown for the South is 5 Cardinals, 5 Astros, 4 Rangers, 4 Braves, 4 Royals, 3 Rays, 3 Bulls, and 2 Marlins. So that leaves us with 1 team, the host division, if you will. The games will be played at Fenway Park on Saturday. The East, who won the All-Star games last year, beating the South in the championship. They play each other in the first round this year. So one of them's going back. But let's take a look at the East. Managed by Cito Gaston, as the Blue Jays have a 3-game lead on the Phillies and a 4-game lead on the Red Sox. So Cito Gaston's coaches will be Charlie Manuel of the Phillies and Joe Cronin of the Boston Red Sox. And introducing the non-starters and pitchers for the East Division. Representing the home team, Boston Red Sox, David Ortiz. Representing the Phillies, Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins, Steve Carlton, and Robin Roberts. Representing the New York Yankees, Babe Ruth, Yogi Berra, Joe DiMaggio, and Andy Pettitte. Representing the New York Mets, John Franco. Representing the Montreal Expos, Gary Carter and Vlad Guerrero. Representing the Toronto Blue Jays, Tom Hankey, Marcus Stroman, Juan Guzman, and Dave Stieb. Representing the Washington Nationals, Juan Soto and Drew Storen. And representing the Baltimore Orioles, Brooks Robinson, Greg Olson, and Mike Cuellar. The starting 9 for the East Division, as voted by you, the Utopian Baseball Universe. Catcher from the New York Mets, Mike Piazza. First baseman, Toronto Blue Jays, Carlos Delgado. Second base, from the home team, Boston Red Sox, Dustin Pedroia. Third base, Philadelphia Phillies, Mike Schmidt. Shortstop, Boston Red Sox, Nomar Garciaparra. The outfield is made up of Boston Red Sox, Ted Williams. From the Baltimore Orioles, Frank Robinson. From the Washington Nationals, Bryce Harper. And starting pitcher for the East, Boston Red Sox, Roger Clemens. So the breakdown for the East is we have 5 Red Sox, 5 Blue Jays, and 5 Phillies, 4 Yankees, 4 Orioles, 3 Nationals, 2 Mets, and 2 Expos. So there are your all-star rosters. Now, the way the Home Run Derby is, it's exactly like last year. It's going to be 32 participants. The brackets will be by division. So the winner of the East will face the winner of the South in the semifinals. And the winner of the North will face the winner of the West in the semifinals, just like the All-Star Games, just like this year's postseason. So it rotates every 3 years. So with that being said, let's take a look at, and I don't have any graphic for this, but I'll share it after the show. We have some really compelling matchups this year. Now, I want to note, just like last year, the participants in the Home Run Derby are not on the all-star rosters. So we have 2 separate pools of talent. We have the all-stars that you voted on will play in the games. And then these Home Run Derby participants are more the traditional home run hitters. We tried to get as big names as we could, but we wanted just some compelling matchups and some characters. So, some of these players were all-stars last year. Some of last year's Home Run Derby participants made the All-Star game this year. So we're just trying to give you a little bit of variety here, not try to wear these players out, if you will. So in the North Division, our first matchup is probably our most interesting matchup of the tournament. From the Detroit Tigers, Cecil Fielder is going to take on, from the Milwaukee Brewers, Prince Fielder. Father versus son in the Home Run Derby. The winner of that matchup is going to face the winner of last year's Home Run Derby, Willie Stargell, facing Tony Perez in the first round. The other 2 first-round matchups for the North Division will be from the Minnesota Twins, Buck Leonard facing Jim Thome. And the winner of that will face the winner of Harold Baines versus Billy Williams. 2 Chicago teams going head-to-head. So that's the North Division bracket. In the West Division, We're going to start it off with Jimmy Fox from the Oakland A's versus Chris Young of the Arizona Diamondbacks. The winner of that will face the winner of last year's other finalist, Duke Snider versus Tim Salmon. Two LA teams facing off in the first round. Interesting matchup here. Willie Mays of the Giants versus Biz Mackey of the Seattle Mariners. And the winner of that will face the winner of Adrian Gonzalez versus Matt Holliday. That's the West. In the East, Manny Ramirez of the Red Sox will face Ryan Howard of the Phillies. Pete Alonso of the Mets will face Adam Jones of the Orioles in the first round. Jose Batista of the Blue Jays will face Mickey Mantle. And Willie Wells of the Expos will face Victor Robles in the last East Division first round matchup. And in the South, from the Tampa Bay Rays, Fred McGriff will face Stan Musial of the Cardinals. Ken Caminiti of the Houston Astros will face Monty Irvin of the Durham Bulls. Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Braves will face Jorge Soler of the Kansas City Royals. And Giancarlo Stanton of the Florida Marlins will face Rafael Palmeiro of the Texas Rangers. Now, I did some testing tonight. So on the game, how do I explain this? If I set it up all I can do is either 2, 4, or 8. But if I do it as 8, I only control one of the 8. So if I lose, it's going to simulate the entire rest of the tournament, which I don't want it to do. Also, because it's just me, I'm not playing against another human. I can only do one of the 2 participants in a game. So what we're going to do is I'm going to simulate off camera the first 2 rounds. So we're going to go from 32 to 8 off camera. And then on camera at 6:30, because it's going to take probably a good 30, 40 minutes or whatever. We're going to simulate the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals. But again, for example, if let's say it ends up being Cecil Fielder versus Harold Baines in the semifinals, I have to choose one of those to represent. I'm going to hit first, and then the computer will basically tell me if I won or lost. And then we'll just do that again 3 more times in the quarterfinals, twice in the semis, and then the championship. That's the only way we can do it, unless one of you wants to drive to Grafton and simulate these with me. First come, first serve. I will feed you. I will treat you nicely. Just have to bring your own controller, but we can do that as well. And that goes for the All-Star Games as well. So there you have it. The All-Star rosters have been revealed. The Home Run Derby brackets are out there. I'm going to post all of this here momentarily. Everyone have a great night. And the next time I see you will be for the Home Run Derby. And don't forget, tomorrow night from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. or from 10 p.m. to 10:03 p.m., depending on lack of interest, it's the Utopian All-Nighter, where we just talk baseball on camera for as long as we want. I'll go up to 4 hours, might be 3 minutes. Last time, I think it was me and Andrew for most of it, and then one guy popped up in the room for like 3 seconds, and then I think he got scared I don't know. I mean, I don't know. He's not even in the group anymore. He actually left the group too. Anyway, everyone have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.